Is in our hands. The police need our help.
NTA International News.
Abuja stands still as President Goodluck Jonathan declares. Nigeria's electoral reform gains trust of international community. Advancement of digital platform for agriculture. Experts advocate legislation to protect end users. Reaching you live from Abuja, Nigeria, this is NTA International News. I am Oku Ekpayang. President Goodluck Jonathan has formally declared his intention to join the race for the 2015 presidential election. The president, who made the declaration in Abuja, pledged to continue with his administration's transformation agenda. State House correspondent Shegun Laole reports.
2 years ago, President Jonathan was there at the English Square to seek Nigerians' mandate to run for the office of the president. He's back again. He's in Bemu, the English Square, to ask Nigerians for him to continue the national transformation to lead ahead of the institution of President Jonathan. From the north, central, east and west, south, east and west, party supporters and enthusiasts thronged the Eagle Square to garner support for Goodluck Jonathan, who officially declared his intention to run for another 4-year term as president in the 2015 general elections. The party supporters at the Eagle Square were not only excited to have President Jonathan declare his ambition, but to pledge their total support for the man and for continuity of his national transformation. President Jonathan, while highlighting his achievement in the last 3.5 years, was full of gratitude to Nigerians for the trust reposed in him and his administration's stewardship, although not without challenges, especially those taking arms against their country, Nigeria.
We will surely get our daughters free. We must defeat terror. We are equipping the armed forces and deploying special forces this time to engage the terrorists and end this senseless war. We must protect our country. We must save our people. I will do everything humanly possible to end this criminal violence in our nation.
As he reflected on his administration's achievements in the last 3.5 years, particularly in areas like agriculture, railways, education, oil and gas, as well as road rehabilitation, among other infrastructure development, President Jonathan assured Nigerians that he will work with them and collectively build a new Nigeria where hopes and dreams are realized.
After seeking the face of God in quiet reflection with my family, and after listening to the calls of our people nationwide to run, I, Goodluck Jonathan, have accepted to present myself on the platform of the People's Democratic Party for re-election as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Vice President Namadi Sambo, among other speakers, including the PDP Governors Forum, acknowledged the remarkable progress made by the Jonathan-led administration and solicited the support of the people of Nigeria for continuity.
I make it bold to say that the people of Nigeria country well His transformation agenda is blooming in every sector.
We went down and saw the dams and the irrigation projects in the north. We saw what you are doing in the development system. We noticed your efforts at empowering our farmers. We took cognizance of the revolution in the power sector.
From the Eagle Square, Abuja, Shegun Lawale, NTA News.
Meanwhile, correspondent Abdullahi Garba Birnin-Kodo reports that the presidential declaration was another opportunity for Nigerians across interest groups to appraise President Jonathan's administration. They spoke the minds of their people on the need for the president to consolidate on his achievements beyond 2015.
The harmonious relationship between the arms of government came to play as Senate President led members of the National Assembly to declare support to the president for another term.
Mr. President, you've demonstrated that you can be trusted. We want a leader who can inspire the younger ones in this country. Mr. President, you've demonstrated that you're a great inspiration to young boys and young girls.
We are convinced that despite all the distractions, despite all the security challenges, that he has been able to achieve this feat, meaning that if he has an unencumbered, with little or no distraction, another 4 years, that he will do a great job.
For the representatives of the 6 geopolitical zones, it was time to list achievements of the administration as it affects their people.
A transformer of the power sector, a reformer of education, activator of the railways, generator of agricultural transformation. Economic indices of this country are enough to make sure that we give you the kudos, the support to come back.
So also the southeast and the northeast, the ongoing second Niger bridge, and railway projects are some of the projects endeared President Jonathan to them and asked him to carry on.
We want you to come and commission the second Niger bridge, Enugu-Port Harcourt Express Road. You have now established 2 universities, one in Port Harcourt, one in Wukari.
There were also goodwill messages from the women groups, labor leaders, the students and youth, as well as the parents touched positively by the Almajiri schools in northern Nigeria. For the Chairman Presidential Declaration Committee, Dr. Bello Halliru Muhammad, it was a successful event and urged Nigerians to continue to rally around PDP as the current challenges are surmountable.
But as you can see and as you can hear from the President's speech, the government is doing all it could to prepare our security services to confront the issue of security.
Before the formal declaration of President Goodluck Jonathan, PDP as a party under his board of trustees, National Working Committee and the Governors Forum have endorsed him as the sole candidate of the party in the presidential election from 2015. From Eagle Square in Abuja, Abdullahi Garba Birnin-Kodo, NTA News.
And the declaration of President Goodluck Jonathan for another term in office was an epic event that brought together his admirers and supporters. Correspondent Chinedu Obike reports on the conduct and security aspects of the ceremony.
It is particularly interesting to observe that despite the huge crowd that filled the Eagle Square, venue of the President's declaration, the event ended without any noticeable hitches. The security measures deployed by the organizers to ensure the success of the event equally proved very effective.
In spite of the mammoth crowd, everybody is quite happy and well behaved.
Well, so far so good, nothing has happened, so which means it's nearly perfect. The coordination and organization of security here today is a testimony of great things to come for Nigerians.
The Declaration Committee had done a good job. All the support groups turned out in colors. It was so colorful.
As early as 7:30 in the morning, the Eagle Square was already filled to capacity with PDP members and admirers of the president from within and outside Nigeria. Some say the crowd that attended the ceremony is an indication of the president's acceptance by the people and their desire to support him for another term in office.
In the annals of declarations, this is the mother of all declarations.
We unanimously agree that our president, Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, should continue to do the good work.
And what is evident here today buttress the fact that Nigerians, in truth, want him to run for 2015.
I'm here to show solidarity from Mr. President Bella Goodluck Jonathan for the good job he has done.
You understand that this president has performed well, and Nigerians are saying thank you and we want you to start to come again.
And you can see the crowd is a measure of the acceptability.
As usual, the gathering turned out to be a carnival, an avenue for the expression of solidarity and support for candidates seeking elective offices at the state and federal levels. In Abuja, Chinedu Obike, NTA News.
Meanwhile, Abuja, the Nigeria's capital, played host to people who came from all over the country to witness the formal declaration of Dr. Goodluck Jonathan to contest the 2015 presidential election. Kemi Fakeye reports that the venue was a beehive.
The Eagle Square was filled to capacity while the venue was adorned with colorful umbrella of different shapes depicting the logo of the PDP, the platform on which the president is seeking re-election. With excitement, the political groups, who wore different colors and shades of cloth, rolled out the drums to celebrate President Jonathan, who they described as the man of the people.
And today is the day of celebration, where a man, despite all the distractions, has managed to keep a smile on his face and has managed to perform.
Mr. President is a man that is genuine in his intention to transform Nigeria.
It may be slow, but one can see a plan.
His transformation agenda, everybody can see it. During his time, our women are smiling.
He is a person that has given job to persons with a disability. In the federal civil service, no other president has ever done it before.
Following these achievements, the people said the president deserves a second term.
What we crave for in this country is development. And there are all indications that if he continues, these indicators will continue to improve.
So it's better we give him another chance so that he can continue with the good work he has started.
That he should, in the next tenure, he should do better all the things that he has done this time around. We need to provide more dividends of democracy around the country.
The president has proved to be exceptional and different in his style and in his approach, and he's proving to Nigerians that you can be civil and still govern the country very well.
It was a Herculean task for security operatives who were on ground to control the crowd and maintain order. Trust Nigerians, despite the tight security, some still find time to make brisk business in and outside the venue. In Abuja, Kemi Fakeye, NTA News.
And away from the presidential declaration, Nigeria has earned the trust of the international community on electoral reform. Chairman, Independent National Electoral Commission, Professor Tahiru Jega, stated this in Washington, D.C., while briefing international media on the measures INEC has put in place to conduct free and fair elections in 2015. Professor Jega also debunked allegations relating to permanent voters' card. Adeyemi Omojola Fatoba has the report.
I happen to be the chairman of the commission, but there are at least 2 national commissioners from each of the 6 geopolitical zones in the country. So there is religious balance, there is ethnic balance, there is regional balance in the commission. And every commissioner in the commission chairs one of the several committees, standing committees of the commission. There is no way a chairman can take a decision and exclude one group or the other on the basis of religion or ethnicity, or impose any decision that is sectional. It's not possible.
Professor Tahiru Jega there debunking the allegation that some illiterates were denied their permanent voters' cards in Lagos State. The INEC boss, who was responding to questions from the international media in Washington, D.C., lamented the impatience and unnecessary anxiety in some quarters with a view to discrediting INEC, which he said is doing everything possible to ensure that the 2015 election is an improvement upon the 2011 elections generally described as credible by local and international observers.
We are committed to ensuring that every voter gets his or her card before the elections, and that the cards are used, and we use a card reader to use these cards to add to the integrity of the process.
Ojega, who also shared his experience from the just concluded American 2014 midterm election, said there is need for politicians to refrain from desperation and utterances that can undermine the system. He called for trust and collaboration from all stakeholders. Nigerian ambassador to the United States, Professor Ade Adefuye, told the international media to endeavor to be objective by also reporting good things about Nigeria, of which electoral reform is one.
Nigeria is going to be the bastion and focal point of democracy. We are going to do that in 2015 so that the cause of democracy in Africa will be strengthened.
In Washington, D.C., Adeyemi Omojola Fatoba, NTA News.
This is news on NTA International from Abuja, Nigeria. A recap of our top stories. You heard that Abuja, Nigeria's capital, stood still as President Goodluck Jonathan declared his intention to run for a second term in office. We also told you that Nigeria's electoral reform has earned the trust of the international community. Up ahead, children and widows of Nigeria's fallen heroes receive support from non-governmental organizations. Plus, experts advocate legislature framework to protect end users as digital platform for agriculture unfolds.
The FRCN, NTA and VON annual service of 9 lessons in Christmas carols is here again.
The program, which started over 10 years ago in Abuja as a local carol night, has grown into a national affair.
It's an exhibition of classical and Nigerian Christmas songs and carols,
featuring spirit-lifting renditions and inspiring messages in celebration of the living Christ.
Celebrated groups like the Lars Ekweme Choral Group will be there.
Theme: celebrating the Prince of Peace.
Venue: National Christian Center, Abuja.
Date: Sunday, 14th December 2014.
Time: 3 p.m.
Message giver: Senior Pastor, Dunamis International Gospel Center, Dr. Paul Enenche.
For sponsorship details, call 0803-303-7678
0803-704-3300
or 0802-722-2869.
Coming live on Radio Nigeria, NTA and Voice of Nigeria, Sunday, December 14, 2014.
The FRCN, NTA and VON annual service of 9 lessons and Christmas carols.
Making Christmas memorable for you.
Stimulating attitudinal changes and initiating radical thinking. Sheyi Makinde, the man of his words, an achiever per excellence, imbibing public confidence and enlist mass participation in governance. Sheyi Makinde, a philanthropist, driving a collective vision of a people of your state in a unique way. Sheyi Makinde, a man of the people and a silent achiever. Sheyi Makinde can be trusted to do more.
We will change the future of our state for the better.
Sheyi Makinde, the man for change.
More stories now on NTA International News. As the federal government of Nigeria continues to provide digital platform for agriculture and other economic activities to grow in the country, stakeholders are advocating legislation that will protect and ensure the security of end users. Musa Babaliyu has the details.
Nigeria is counting on a digital economy that is expected to continue to create wealth, jobs and economic and cultural innovations across the country. However, stakeholders are of the view that the initiative needs a legal framework which will provide and protect the interests of Nigerians.
The Digital Rights and Freedom Bill will not only bridge the gap in the legal framework of the Nigerian Digital Future Plans, it will also be a tool for education of the masses, law enforcement officers, as well as the judiciary.
The proposed legal framework, if established, will guarantee the rights of Nigerians on and off lines, promote access to development through technology, and also equip the judiciary with necessary framework.
Digital Right Bill wants to put in place checks and balances that will contain fraudulent online activities and also help our law enforcement agencies in punishing online frauds, funds that are wired online illegitimately.
It is expected that the National Assembly will pass the bill into law for the benefit of all before 2019. In Abuja, Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
And turning to education now, a non-governmental organization known as Support Our Troops Foundation says it has continued to reach out to the children and widows of the fallen heroes. The group stated this at the back-to-school drive programs held at the Mogadishu Cantonment, Abuja. Correspondent Mohammed Abdul Kadri reports.
Back to School Drive by Support Our Troops Foundation is an initiative designed to ensure that children of fallen heroes do not drop out of school. The presentation of consumables and school bags to the widows and the children was performed by the former Minister of State Defense, Musliu Obanikoro.
Service to humanity itself is the best service you can render anywhere in the world.
The representative of the Chief of Defense Staff and the founder of the Support Our Troops Foundation and the member of trustee unfolded future plans for the children.
Nigerian military is committed to ensuring that it does not disappoint this nation in a crucial time such as this.
Decided that the back to school drive, the focus on the women and the children will be our #1 program that we would undertake.
This is the first we are doing. So many more will be done. It is our collective responsibility to ensure that the memory of our fallen heroes live on.
Support Our Troops Foundation, a non-governmental organization, was launched on 15th September this year with the aim of putting smiles on the faces of the families of the fallen heroes, as well as giving support to the troops. In Abuja, Muhammad Abdul Kadri, NTA News.
And business now, Nigerian equities near 2008 crisis level as foreign investors exit. Central Bank of Nigeria intervention fails to halt Naira slide as investors also exit Nigerian debt. These and more on Business News with Taiwo Odugbeson.
The Nigerian stock market index is rooting towards 2008 financial crisis level as falling oil prices continue to put pressure on the Naira. Month-on-month analysis of equities transactions on the local bourse show that ratio of foreign to domestic has fallen from a high of 81.43% as at August 2014 to 43.36% as at September, a confirmation that foreign investors are dumping Nigerian equities. The Central Bank of Nigeria intervened with $200 million sales on Monday, but failed to lift the Naira, which fell by 14% to close at 168.90 Naira against the dollar on Friday. Foreign investors are exiting Naira-denominated assets as the twin spectre of a hit to oil companies and bank earnings weigh on sentiments. The story is, however, positive in the agri sector, as the ongoing implementation of the agricultural transformation agenda in just over 36 months has attracted both foreign and indigenous investment into agricultural input production, as well as primary agricultural production, processing, and storage activities. Minister of Agriculture and Rural Development, Dr. Akinwumi Adesina, said the budding sector raked in a total of around $6 billion in the past 3 years across its various segments. The picture of President Goodluck Jonathan dominated front pages of many Nigerian newspapers today, congratulating his administration for making Nigeria the biggest economy in Africa in his first tenure. Nigerians also hope that he will work further to move Nigeria into a global economic superpower in his second term. Taiwo Odugbeson, NTA News.
Governor Rochas Okorocha says he will endow an award for the Best Reporter of the Year in Philanthropy and Charity in the Nigeria Media Merit Award Series. He stated this at the 2014 Grand Award presentation ceremony in Owerri, the Imo State capital. Chuma Nwakwere reports.
Governor Okorocha thanked the NMMA Board of Trustees led by former DG of NTA, Engineer Vincent Maduka, and the chairman panel of assessors, Ralph Akinfeleye, for a job well done and for the choice of Imo State for the ceremony. The chairman of NMMA Board of Trustees, Engineer Vincent Maduka, noted that the media has continued to impact positively on all strata of the society.
The entries must relate to the previous year. It's the work you did in the last 1 year that you enter for this year.
The Director General of NTA, represented by the Executive Director of Finance and Administration, Mr. Philip Ofebu, said the award would motivate upcoming reporters.
You are talking about the station of the year, for example, and then you think about a clarity of signals.
Of the 52 award categories across the print and electronic media, the award of Television Newscaster of the Year was won by NTA Oluseun Olagunju, who expressed her feelings this way.
NMMA has upheld very high yes all through the years.
Newspaper Award of the Year and Radio Station of the Year went to Punch and Ray Power FM respectively, while the MBC Prize for the Television Station of the Year went to Channels Television. Governor Okorocha decorated members of Board of Trustees and panel of assessors. The occasion was attended by dignitaries from far and near. From the International Convention Center in Owerri, Chuma Nwakwere, NTA News.
It's been clement in Abuja, and for what Wednesday's weather will look like in some Nigerian and world cities, let's check out the forecast. That's all we have for you at this time. We thank you for watching. I am Oku Ekpeyon. Bye for now.
You are